having a wonderful day. I want to look at Bitcoin statistics, and I'm gonna go over the stock to flow, and I'm gonna go over a few things with you today, guys, regarding Bitcoin versus all the other cryptos out there, and just things like that I want to look at today. Um, yeah, so we have the hash rate. Um, Basically, went up slightly to 0.12. Basically, that was the difficulty, and those blocks keep coming in every 10 minutes in average. So let's and also I wanted to mention it's about 8 to 7 sats per byte to get your transaction on the blockchain. And this is the hash rate chart over here, and it's keep on going up, the difficulty pink line, and so it's amazing, right? It's amazing. If you look at the hash rate over 3 years, so it's up, right? So this is the big crash from the 2021 when China banned mining. So if you look at that now, it's starting to look very small compared to where it is right now, right? So this is the exponential growth of Bitcoin mining energy, which is basically energy hungry network. So every single day you have more and more energy coming online, and when there's a drop in the hash rate, when some miners drop out, you have an opportunity for smaller miners to go online to be profitable. And when you have an improvement in machine in ASICs, you have the difficulty that will go up even higher. If you look back in the days in 2020, 2018, even like back in 2017, right? Like the quality of machines that was online back in the days was very low compared to the quality of machines now. So this is why you see the difficulty is like 52, like about 52 trillion right now, because those machines they can hash much more power. This is why you have much. This is why Bitcoin mining is the most efficient industry on the planet, because the more efficient the machine gets, the better it is for the network, and this is what Bitcoin is incentivizing. It's incentivizing efficiency on the system. And I don't want to stay too long on the difficulty. So basically, this is that. And last thing I wanted to say about the hash rate is that when it's going up, the value of your money is going up. At the same time, every miners are protecting your money, protecting everybody else's money. This is not the case for gold mining. When somebody go online, go mine gold, even if this person is your neighbor or whoever, he's trying to find gold to dump that in the market, so he needs to be able to sell this gold in the market to pay for um, like for his survival, right? To pay for things he needs. He spend money in fuel, spend money in food, so you need to pay those back. And sometimes you need some money to buy other stuff. You sell those gold. This is the case for miners in Bitcoin, right? They sell those some of those excess, Bitcoin, and they only save like what they can afford to save. But um, the only thing is the Bitcoin is limited. There's a limited amount of Bitcoin that will ever exist. But at the same time, those miners are protecting the network. They are protecting your money, right? So you have gold miners. They are not protecting your gold when at your house. They just basically mining to dump in the market to devalue the value of the gold, right? When a Bitcoin miner go online, they are first of all protecting your money. They are raising the hash rate because when the hash rate raised, the difficulty raised up, and the difficulty for any attacker to attack the money of everybody else is higher, and it grew the value of your money by adding more energy on the network because the miner online is using energy, so it raises the value proposition for your money, right? So you see, when the price go up, right, exponentially, look at this, right? Every time you see the price is going up, you have an improvement in the hash rate, right? You have improvement in the mining industry. So the price has to go up, right? So if you look at the Bitcoin stock to flow, you see um, the halvings, right? Every time you see the day of the halvings, right? So just after the blue, right? The light blue, uh, or just after the blue line, right? You see, this is the hash rate, just right there. So the halving happened, right? So basically, the value, the amount of Bitcoin that coming out get cut in half. So that's basically what it is, right? The current stock to flow is about 55, right? 55.5 to 55.4. Okay. Um, so that's the current stock to flow, and the next halving is gonna happen in 2024. But my point is, when you have a halving, so basically the amount of Bitcoin that get dumped into the market get cut in half. That's not the case for gold, because no matter what, if the gold is discovered, they have to go mine it, and there's no principle that say, hey, they can't mine any amount. But in Bitcoin, it's limited. It's set in time, in stone. You can't add more. It doesn't matter how much power you have, how much miners. You can't make it go faster. The blocks keep on coming as scheduled. Right? You can't mess with the block height. So they have to come, as randomly as they should, right? So and nobody control that. So and by the way, the next estimation is about 5.35 for this moment. So it may drop in the next couple of days. So we still have like 10 days to go for the next, difficulty adjustment. So that's when the difficulty go up or down, depending on how many miners go online or offline. So let's go back to that stock to flow. And compared to gold, because we talk about gold, the stock to flow for gold right now, right? The stock to flow for gold is about 62. Okay, that's a stock to flow for gold right over here. So this is the amount of gold coming out divided by uh, this is about like 2,000 metric ton current stock in the whole world. It is estimated to be 185 metric tons. right? Um, so basically, you have all. So this is the rate. You have the gold is coming out, and you have uh, the amount of gold that it already exists, right? So basically, you calculate how many gold that already exists in the world. You divide that by the flow, like how many the rate, how much is coming out every year, right? So and then you divide it, you have like 65. So this is slightly higher. This is basically higher than the Bitcoin stock to flow, which is like 55.5 and to 55.4. And next year, right, this get cut in half. The stock to flow, basically, the dividend, right, in the bottom, right, will be the dividend for Bitcoin, right, will be high. This was from the second epoch, I think. So it was 27. It doubled in the third, like like almost less than double in the third epoch, and then in the next epoch, it's gonna double again, right? So basically, this is the stock to flow. Uh, it's probably gonna double from this, from 55 to let's say 100 by the end of 2024. Okay, or by the end of 2024 to 2025. Right? So the stock to flow gonna basically double. So and you have why it's so important, because I see a lot of people. Plan B got a lot of pushback, right, by some Bitcoiners, but I see the reason behind it, because it's simple. It's just like there's a set amount of stuff of Bitcoin out there, and when the halving has a massive impact on the price. Okay, so when the halving happen, automatically every like certain amount of block height, I think it's 210,000, uh, 2100 something block. Yeah, 210,000 block, right? After 210,000 block, you have uh, like approximately 4 years. You have halving, right? Basically the reward, the Bitcoin reward. You see the Bitcoin reward, get cut in half. So when you go in a block, you choose a block, you're gonna see the reward, right? See the you see the total fees. The miner get all the fees on the block that happen, right? All the fees, and he get the subsidy, the block reward, right? Which is 6.25 at the moment. So this 6.25 will be cut by 3.125 in basically 2024, about April or March 2024. So about April 2024, we have a high. So this will get to the blue, right? So this will move from the green, thick green, to light blue, to thick blue, basically, right? And I start to move from that to the blue line, and then the blue line. Once you get to zero, just hit the red. The red. That is gonna be the halving, right? Should be uh, around these times, on like around these areas, right? Around here, right? So the stock to flow would be, the price would be about 118,000. Okay. So, but we don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen, because sometimes the anticipation of the halving cause most people to have a FOMO and overbuy, and then and then price crashes, right? So that's what he had in 2019, right? 2019. So you had this a little bit here as well in 2016, and then you had that over here in 2020. 2012, right? So now, okay, so why this is important because it really technically um, you know cut in half the volume of Bitcoin that's going to get put on the market because that's important because you have all the plebs out there who are buying, so stacking sats. Those plebs, right? Yes, they are getting bitcoins, right? But those plebs they have a certain amount. Like they can't get, buy. Like they have a certain amount they can't buy, right? But when you have this amount of Bitcoin coming in the market get cut in half, then all those plebs will eat this supply, right? So when they eat that supply, where's gonna be the other supply coming from? There's no other Bitcoin available. So this is why technically the price has to go up to accommodate to the demand, right? So it's just simple. It's just less coming out in the system and in the market, then you have the price that has to go up. Like just like in the supply chain event when you had like less chips, less things coming on the market. You see, car prices skyrocketed because there's less chips to put in to make the cars. You have like price almost everything went up. So this is basically what's gonna happen. Nothing is 100% guaranteed, but this is what history said. And I wouldn't like bet on what I say here, but I'm just looking at the past. So next, let's you have, and also if one of guys want to check, so this is some of those resources you can check. Sometimes you want to know what's that's the fee rate. So you just go down here. You will look at you can find the difficulty adjustment. That's the approximate difficulty adjustment on August 22nd, and then you're gonna have the priority, the fee rate, like 18 sats per you buy to like to 10 anytime, like 10 to 18, and then you have basically the hash rate 393. You have the difficulty 52.3. Next halving at 37,136 block, and then you have the supply, the amount of Bitcoin available, 19.46 million. So this basically it's 92.64% of the 21 million. So we are very close. We're gonna be very close to 93 million. Almost maybe by the end of next year, somewhere like that. And then you're gonna have the subsidy. We have the subsidy still at 6.25. I just talk about that. And you wanna read this, like this is just the amount of block that's gonna be needed for the next halving, right? And yeah. So this is that's it basically, and then you have the next difficulty adjustment in 1519 block, right? So it's a very important tool, and also I have this website PieCover.com. You can go over there. I have a few podcasts over there, and I had a few like document very important tools for you to use if you wanna basically have like some if you wanna have run your own node, connect your hardware wallet to your own node, and I have a lot of important resources here. Right, there's a lot of articles to read about Bitcoin and teach yourself. So very important things. This is how to avoid to get wrecked. How to run your own Lightning node. How to connect your hardware wallet. Yeah, how Bitcoin mining. This is about Bitcoin mining, and then not your keys, not your coin. This is how to buy Bitcoin without no KYC or no RoboSat. And yeah, those are like important resources. I think you may like. Excuse me. So in at the end, um, you can also find ways to support the channel at the website. Basically, you could just go there. Use you can use PieCover at tw.com to just send me some sats as value for value, or you could use that link, get RB link down there. Let's say I want to send, let's say 100 sats because I like what I posted. So I'm just gonna show you guys. I just go down there, give me an address. I go down there and I say okay. And like I'm gonna, I find 100 sats of value. Let's say 10 sats of value. So I'm just gonna go there and I'm gonna click send, boom. Yeah, so I just, stream myself some value for, you know, whatever I find on the website. So the way for me to just see what you guys like, and you could also comment, write down a note, something like that. So amazing. And yeah, so this is value saving technology, a nice podcast. This had a lot of views. I had how to partially live on Bitcoin, an easy one about way. So there's are a lot of things out there. And one thing last thing I wanna say, I wanna show you guys on this video. I wanna look at this website is blockchaincenter.net. This is like the Rainbow Chart website, and if you go down there, right? If you the first basically when you go, you'll see the Rainbow Chart, right? So you know which website I'm saying. So this is the website. Basically, just show you the price, like this. You see, we went from the bottom here. We now slightly going up, right? So picking up momentum, right? I still think we have like a lot more to go, drag down a little bit, like the bottom here, the green, and between the green and the blue, yeah. Before you start seeing yellow stuff like that. That's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong, but yeah. So, but what I wanted to really show you is if you go to this button here where you see this little house here, you click on it, it's gonna take you to this, okay? And anyway, I don't know, like I know most people have strong opinion about altcoin or Bitcoin, whatever. I don't really care. Here's the fact. I just want to show you guys the fact, okay? So if you holding just Bitcoin, this is Bitcoin denomination. This is just Satoshis or Bitcoin BTC. Um, So one Bitcoin equal to one Bitcoin. So all-time high, Bitcoin is always at all-time high against Bitcoin because it's one Bitcoin equal to one Bitcoin. So, and you have 19.457 million there. This is the market cap in terms of Bitcoin. So, yeah, for Ethereum, in 1 year, it's down 21%, 2 years, 8.7%. 3 years, and year over year, year to date is 13.2%, and the all-time high, it's down 58.3% from the all-time high. Okay, that's the biggest one. That's the biggest, crypto out there, which is not Bitcoin. crypto is different than Bitcoin. It's not the same. Because in Bitcoin, there's no leader, there's no head to cut off, there's no authority to say roll back the chain. There's nobody who want to change it for their own advantages. It's different. Bitcoin is different. Okay, and Bitcoin is the energy hungry network that requires energy, requires proof of work to provide work in order to produce Bitcoin. Right? Everything else is not like that. Okay, so you have some other proof of work, but they're also very easily corrupted, and you don't know what anytime they can change the protocol. Like to say Ethereum, there was in proof of work, they changed it to proof of stake. Okay, so yeah, so 58.3% down. We have BNB, which is 56.8% down from the all-time high. Okay, and over 1 year, it's 39%. Over year to date, it's 44%. Okay, XRP in 30 days, 38% up. 1 year, 36% up. Year to date, 4.7% up. All time high, 89.8% down. So, okay, you want to keep going. This is the Dogecoin. This is the Elon Musk, the shitcoiner. Over there, he's like 30 days, 23% up. 2 years, 55.6% down. And year to date is 38.1% down and 77.7% down, all time high. This is in Bitcoin terms. Okay, so all these things going down against Bitcoin from all time high. Right? If you go all the way down, doesn't matter how many, all of them are in the red. Right? See this maker, 95.8%. Okay, maker. You have like VeChain, like this whole from the past Bowen. Everybody think, oh yeah, they're gonna create like all those products, and you can scan your products from the manufacturer, so they can have like on the blockchain, and they can't configure and all those things. No, they can't. They create their own money, you print their own coin. Now it's at 87.1% down against Bitcoin. And what else? I mean, it's just, and you have this, Bitcoin Cash that try to change Bitcoin to their own, protocol. Well, it's down 96.9%. That means the market didn't like the big block argument. The market went for the small block, picking on their own node. This is why my computer is crying like that, because it's just sinking in another node right now. So basically that's why it's a little bit doing that. So yeah, and go back to basics. You have that. You have all these, shit coin. Look at that. This is 25% down year to date, and 71.4% down. Right? If you look at it like in 2 years though, in 2 years you might think, oh yeah, that's 100% off, right? But an all-time high, right, look at that, right? So that's 71.4% down, right? So let's look at the chart. Is that even a chart? I don't know, but yeah, this is not available right now. But that's basically that. Okay, so let's go, and then you have Polkadot, and you have that. This is the result, 82% down. You have ADA. What is that? ADA here, 86.9% down. Right, so who can afford that? I mean, you have some money, right? You work, you hard work, you to make some money, right? You put your money into those things, this is the result, right? And there's nobody to blame, right? So you're glad to. I mean, you're very very in so much great position to be able to see that, right? I don't know. Some people may be able to see, but still not convinced that all these things are just, you know, scams. Want to steal your money, but I wish I was able to see that before I lose so much into those things, right? I'm a victim myself, right? And I'm not here to play the victim. Say, oh no, all things go no. I learned my lesson, and I realized, okay, Bitcoin is the real deal, and I just say, okay, that will save me time, will save me energy, will save me a lot of mental, you know, energy, mental times to think and all those things, right? Like look at Monero, my privacy coin, 84.3% down, right? So it's really 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 hard to you know out compete Bitcoin, right? It's really really hard. So that's why I mean yeah. So I would say just stick to Bitcoin, focus on Bitcoin. Convert your energy into Bitcoin. Sell your chair, buy Bitcoin. Sell, like side hustle to buy Bitcoin. Stack sad, stay humble, stay solvent. Don't take debt, don't take, just sell things you don't need, right? Like you wouldn't believe how many things you would find on the side of the road and put it up for sale online, and you would have people come buy it from you, right? I do that all the time. I find like microwaves, fridges, and dryers on the side of the road, and I just clean them up and just do some manual repair a little bit, and then just put them out back to sell, right? And then people just pay for it. Use that money to convert into Bitcoin, right? Bitcoiners will succeed in the margin, just like Bitcoin. Bitcoin succeed in the margin. We use wasted things, wasted energy, and then we convert them back to Bitcoin to generate income, to generate wealth. And then this is why you see the hash rate keep on going up, right? So the hash rate keep on going up because it succeeds on the margin. They're not competing for, you know, they're not competing with like high, you know, energy consumptions and all those things in big cities. They are competing in the margin, the edges of energy production in the world. So I'm just gonna leave you with that. Just focus on Bitcoin, focus your time, your energy, your wealth, family time, studying it, and this will save you time to have more time for family, friends, and everything else. Spiritual and everything else. So everything else out there is noise. So focus on Bitcoin. So I came out here to make this video because a long time I haven't made a video like that. So hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you again in the next video. PieCover. Figure out how to like